Last time on Rorsrps, the Throwback Tour. Brutus shocked Atlanta, taking the racing trophy, while Madusa grabbed her first freestyle win of the season. Tonight, Scarlet Bandit returns as we await more surprises, curious to see if the Madusa zombie racing reign is over. Can we find two new champions? This is Rorsrps, the Throwback Tour, and this is Monster Jam! Hello everybody and welcome back to Rorsrps, the Throwback Tour. My name is Preston Vieira and tonight we're in Arlington, Texas, about to jump into our first competition of the night, racing. Scarlet Bandit has returned from her two-show hiatus after her substitute took a freestyle win in Tampa. Monster Mutt is also in the house tonight, looking to do the same as he fills in for Bulldozer. But now let's take a look at our racing bracket to see who's facing off tonight. Scarlet Bandit is going to be taking on Gravedigger to kick off round one. Brutus is going to be facing off against El Toro Loco. Maximum Destruction is going to come out next, taking on our substitute Monster Mutt. And Captain's Curse is going to be finishing off round one, battling out against Donkey Kong. Waiting for opponents in round two, we have Zombie, Destroyer, Madusa, and Predator. Our two trucks to watch tonight, obviously, Zombie and Madusa. There has only been one show this entire season where they haven't made it to the final round, one or the other, or both, and it was last show. And I'm curious to see if that'll be the kick in the butt that they need to get back on track, or if that's the start of a decline. But let's jump right into round one here. Scarlet Bandit coming out of the tunnel now, followed by Gravedigger. Scarlet Bandit's going to be on your left, and Gravedigger is going to be on your right. They're going to come out and take a lap and get these fans excited for the night of racing that they are about to see. Scarlet Bandit, like I said, back from a two-show hiatus. Sudden Impact was her substitute for Tampa after she was the points loser in East Rutherford. Sudden Impact just managed to grab a freestyle win, knocking her out for a second show. Luckily, she is back now in Arlington looking for some points. We'll see if she can grab them here, starting out by knocking out Gravedigger. Gravedigger is one of our trucks down at the bottom of the lineup as far as points are concerned. He really needs to have a good performance tonight if he wants to see the World Finals. But both trucks are on the line, ready to go. We're just waiting for green, and they are off the line and over the ramp for the first time. Gravedigger, the slightest of leads heading into this first turn. Scarlet Bandit bouncing around a little in that first turn. Gravedigger widens that lead a bit. Scarlet Bandit really needs to get that truck together here in this final turn. Gravedigger a little squirrely on the back end, but it doesn't matter. Gravedigger holds that lead and advances to round two in our first race of the night. As I was saying, Gravedigger needs a good performance though if he wants to see the World Finals. Starting out strong, but next out on our track we got Brutus coming out on our right and El Toro Loco on our left. Brutus, our past racing champion now, after he took the racing win in Atlanta. El Toro Loco, real far down in these racing points so far this season. He really needs to get that truck together and hold it tight through these turns. He gets a little bouncy and a little squirrely through the turns. We'll see how he does here as they're green and off the line. Brutus taking an early lead into turn one. El Toro Loco looking good through this first turn, but Brutus just widens that gap here. El Toro Loco a little bouncy there. It's looking like it's going to be Brutus advancing to round two here in our second race of round one. El Toro Loco just not having any luck in racing this season. I believe he made it out of round one once or twice, and he was eliminated in round two. Next out on the track, though, we have Maximum Destruction coming out on your right, and our substitute for tonight, Monster Mutt, first show of the season in that blue lane on your left. Both trucks getting aligned with that starting ramp and getting ready to go racing here. Maximum Destruction has been in a major funk so far these past few shows. I don't think there's been a single one where he hasn't rolled it in racing. I was gonna say in round one, but it spreads across rounds here. But we're going green here in our third race of the first round. Max D an early lead, but you never know how it goes with Max D here on the Throwback Tour. Holding that lead, widening it even on Monster Mutt. Monster Mutt bouncing around, really not having the best race, and it's gonna be Maximum Destruction advancing to round two, keeping that truck on all four tires. And that's something important to note. Like I said, he has been rolling the truck lately. Maybe he can get out of his funk tonight. I am hoping so, but we'll see as the night progresses. Captain's Curse racing out onto the track now. He's gonna be on your right, taking on Donkey Kong. He's gonna be on your left. Donkey Kong, not the best in racing points right now, but he could have a solid performance, but he needs to get through Captain's Curse to do so. Captain's Curse made it to the semifinals last show. Second or third time he's done that this season. I am looking for a Captain's Curse win at some point, but then we got to get past our trucks to watch. But they are green in our final race of the first round. Captain's Curse leads heading into turn one. Can Donkey Kong come back? Donkey Kong really slow through that first turn. Unfortunate. Captain's Curse is just widening that gap here in our final turn. And it is Captain's Curse advancing to round two. Let's take a look at our round two bracket and see who's facing off for the rest of the night here. Zombie is going to be taking on Gravedigger. Destroyer is going to be taking on Brutus. Madusa taking on Maximum Destruction, and Predator facing off against Captain's Curse. It's looking like a solid round two, but if you guys are enjoying the show so far, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We got new shows just like this every Saturday. You don't want to miss the rest of the season. This is round 8 out of 10, and we are coming up to the World Finals. You can get more information on my Instagram at Rorsrps, but let's jump right back into the action now. Kicking us off with Zombie in that red lane on your right, and Gravedigger in the blue lane on your left. Gravedigger, like I said, really needs those points. Zombie doesn't really need points unless he's trying to take the tour lead, and if he is, he really has to start coming back starting now, taking a racing win for the night as a whole. But we are green here in round two. Let's focus on the now as Zombie has a slight lead heading into this first turn. Up and over that ramp. Gravedigger getting sideways in the air and out wide in the final turn. It's looking like it's gonna be Zombie. Gravedigger was coming back, but he clipped the car, and it is Zombie advancing to the semifinals tonight. Gravedigger had a good solid effort at the end, I gotta say, but clipping that car is just where it all went wrong in that final turn. To be fair, it went wrong at the start of the turn, heading way out wide. Destroyer coming out now on your right in that red lane. Brutus in the blue lane on your left. Both trucks getting staged and ready to go. We got that red glowing light. We're just waiting for green. Launching off that line, a dead tie over the line for the first time heading into this first turn. Destroyer clipping the car, but holding a lead. I was thinking Brutus was going to come back there, but Destroyer is holding strong tonight. Brutus, a bit out of sorts. He will not be taking a win tonight as Destroyer manages to grab that second spot in the semifinals. He'll be taking on Zombie in the semis tonight. Next out on the track, we have that second half of that rivalry in the final round. We got Madusa coming out on your right and Maximum Destruction coming out on your left. Like I said earlier, man, I'm just looking for Maximum Destruction to have a solid race and not roll the truck. If he can take a win, that'd be awesome to knock out one of those final round usuals, but I don't know. We're about to go green here in the second round. Madusa a slight lead over the line for the first time. Max D up on two wheels and setting it back down. Madusa is gonna be taking this win here as Maximum Destruction absolutely airs it out. But this is not freestyle, this is racing. Max D takes an L here in round two. Madusa grabs the third spot in the semifinals. Let's check out our next race and see who her opponent will be. Predator races out onto the track for the first time tonight, and he'll be taking on Captain's Curse. Predator over in that right lane, and Captain's Curse in the left lane. Both of these trucks are pretty solid picks for the semifinals. So this is just a good clean race to watch, to be honest. And I'm excited to see who will come out on top and who will make it to the semifinals here. As we go green, they are launching off that line. Captain's Curse has the lead heading into turn 1. Predator up and over the cars. Predator takes back the lead. It all comes down to this final turn. Predator clips the car. Captain's Curse may be able to come back. He does. It is Captain's Curse advancing to that final spot in the semifinals tonight. Will tonight be the night that Captain's Curse grabs a racing win? We will see in just a bit. Zombie is going to be taking on Destroyer in our semifinals, and Madusa will be facing off against Captain's Curse. Can the two trucks to watch tonight, Zombie and Madusa, make it back to their rivalry race in the final round? That is the question tonight. After Atlanta's performance, Zombie racing out onto the track. He'll be over on your right in the red lane. Destroyer in the blue lane here on your left. Destroyer has not made it to the final round yet. That is something to note here in our racing bracket tonight. Destroyer pulling up to the line, though. He's determined to take a racing win tonight. Zombie ready to go. We are going green, and they are launching off the line for the first time in the semifinals. Destroyer a slight lead over the line for the first time. Oh, Zombie getting a little squirrely. He had a lead, but he lost it. Destroyer a bit too big up on two wheels. This is going to be a close one here at the end, and it's going to be Zombie managing to hold the truck together just long enough to grab a win and take that spot in the finals. Not necessarily a shock, but definitely a close one there from Destroyer, managing to keep that truck just holding on to the very last second, but unable to grab a win. Madusa on your right now, and Captain's Curse on your left. Madusa a little sideways on that ramp. I would definitely straighten up a bit, but doesn't look like she's going to. She wants that wide entrance to that first turn, get a nice smooth swing and drift around. But we're about to go green here in our final race of the semifinals. They're off the line, and Madusa is actually behind. Oh, but Captain's Curse has a wide turn. Madusa comes back. Can Captain's Curse come back here? I don't think so. He's out too wide. Madusa lightning fast taking the win from Captain's Curse. No Captain's Curse win tonight. Madusa advances to that second spot in the finals. Let's take a look at this bracket here for one last time. Zombie is going to be facing off against Madusa in our final round. They have come back. Who will take the championship here after neither of them took it in Atlanta? This is going to be interesting as they come out and get these fans excited for the final round of tonight's racing. Zombie is going to be on your right, and Madusa is going to be on your left. Zombie clipping that wall a little bit, it looked like. Oh yeah, this is going to be good. These guys haven't faced off in a show, which doesn't seem that big of a deal, but this is going to be a great race. It always is when Madusa and Zombie take the track together. They have some close ones, some not so close ones, but it's always a good show when these two are on the track battling it out for the racing title. Some people aren't the biggest fan of repeating winners, and I can't say I'm the biggest fan of it, but the show is always immaculate when these two are on the track. And we're going green here in your final round, and they are off the line, dead tie, over the line for the first time and into turn one. Zombie taking a wider approach on the entrance, Madusa on the exit. And we are coming down to the final turn. Zombie out just a bit wider. Does it matter? It does. Madusa by inches here in Arlington grabs our racing championship. Madusa is your racing winner here in Arlington, Texas on the Throwback Tour. Madusa is going to take that truck and celebrate just a bit here. Taking on the backside of the racing lane, getting a big sky wheelie, a bunch of air underneath those tires. Spinning that truck around. Looks like she might go for a stoppie maybe. Oh no, she's going to park it. Everybody give it up one last time for Madusa, our racing champion here in Arlington, Texas. Knocking out Zombie the second half of her rivalry. Madusa is your winner, taking those 15 points. Zombie runner-up with 10. Captain's Curse and Destroyer going out in the semifinals, taking 6 points each. Predator, Maximum Destruction, Brutus, and Gravedigger all going out in round 2 with 2 points, while Donkey Kong, Monster Mutt, El Toro Loco, and Scarlet Bandit are all eliminated in round 1, going out with 0 points. But thank you guys so much for watching racing. We got freestyle coming up in a bit. You don't want to miss it. Stick around. But if you enjoyed tonight's racing show, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. We got new shows just like this one every Saturday. And we got our World Finals coming up November 17th through the 19th. And that is going to be an awesome show. And I can't wait to find our qualifiers. Those will be announced over on Instagram. And speaking of Instagram, please be sure to go and follow over there. We got all kinds of extra content, including early access to the week's racing bracket, pit party pictures, and more. Freestyle coming up in just a minute, so stick around. I'll see you guys over there.